Why did you make it so impossible for me? You took them all and everyone I fucking loved. You never gave me nothing. You're the reason I take drugs. You're the reason that I'm crying for hugs when I was young. Where were you then, God? And where was your fucking son? I was still waiting for you, God. Look what you fucking done. I close my eyes and pray, but you never fucking come. Tell me why you hate me. Why do you hate me?
Alright, so you want to know what kills me? This is just a follow-up from my last video, where I kind of entertained the idea of how religious people, or theists, truly believe that there is a divinity that directly interferes or assists with our everyday lives. That there is this omnipotent being, essence, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that is responsible for the creation and sustaining of the entire universe. Now, when I say that, I don't want to use the term loosely, all right? We have this huge, vast, infinite universe that requires so much attention. I'm sure. I mean, I'm assuming. I don't know what it's like to be a god. But in the grand scheme of things, you would have to say it's quite a lot of maintenance. Yet, theists believe that they have a direct relationship with this deity that has so much responsibility, and that also has billions and billions of other people to look after. That's not assuming that there's life on other planets, because there's no evidence to support that, so we won't even entertain that notion. But it's a real possibility. So here we got this one individual who thinks they have a direct link to this entity that is just probably pretty fucking busy. You are like a speck. You are less than a speck. You're an iota of a speck. You're like the scrapings of a speck. You're a sub-speck in the eyes of a god, if it did in fact exist. You know, it's funny how it sort of supports the argument that many believers take on theism simply to make themselves feel better. It's not about finding truth. It's not about discovering facts. It's really about the comforting of oneself, making oneself feel better. I mean, it's totally selfish, is really what it is. You know, prayer is ridiculous because you're not speaking. You're not speaking to this entity that you've conjured up in your mind, or actually that other people have conjured up in their mind thousands of years ago, and you're just following along blindly because you're too weak to accept reality because it's just too motherfucking harsh for you. But no, you're not speaking to an entity. Nobody's up there listening to you. Assume there was a God. Do you really fucking think that with thousands upon thousands of hundreds of thousands of people talking all at once to him or her or it, that it could even give a shit about your little insignificant needs? Now, let's take this a step further. Let's say that there is a God, and let's say that this God is answering prayers or listening to prayers at that. I'm getting off on a rant. I said I wasn't going to do this, didn't I? Why is it that some prayers go answered and some go unanswered then? Or some prayers seemingly go answered, I should say. Let me correct that. You know, people pray and things unfold as a matter of coincidence as they prayed. Quite naturally, it's, you know, God, the Lord, fucking Yahweh, Buddha, whoever is attributed to answering this prayer. But yet when prayers go unanswered, what's the excuse then? what I often hear is that it's just not in God's plan. So my retort to that is, well, God answering prayers, shouldn't that be based on His compassion? Shouldn't that be based on His kindness, not on His plan? So it seems to me that all the prayer is in vain. You're wasting your motherfucking time praying. Because if it's not in God's plan, it makes no sense to pray anyway. And we have no direct influence on God's plan. So why are we begging? Why are we suckling to this indifferent entity that is going to fulfill its plan regardless of your needs, wants, and desires? God doesn't give a shit. Not to you, not to the next person. God doesn't exist. Period. But just look at the irrationality of it, if you do believe. And I try not to get too offensive, but sometimes it really just awes me that people can sit there and know deep down, if they truly examine some of the arguments against theism, they'll just continually overlook these truths. They'll continually overlook these bumps in reasoning just to make themselves feel better. You know, if I was stricken with a horrible disease, I can't wish that disease away. The reality is I still have that disease. I have to deal with it. Life is just the same way. Stop fucking praying to something that doesn't exist. You want something, you go get it. You need something, you make it happen. Stop wasting your fucking time. That's all I got for you. Peace the fuck out.
The torment that I've lived makes me think this shit is all a fucking trick, a fucking lie. What did you make me live, God? You couldn't hurt me if you tried. I'm so fucking scarred from what you did to me. I lost my fucking mind. Send me down a demon, someone to understand. Somebody I can trust, someone to hold my fucking hand, somebody to hold me. Cause I can't comprehend what it really means to be loved. Cause I have no fucking clue.